Good morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be going through my entire vinyl collection. For Christmas this year I got a bunch of new vinyls and I feel like I've definitely stacked up on my collection. I feel like I have some pretty cool ones, so if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any of these vinyls, and yeah, let's get started. I'm going to first start off by doing this kind of in sections. If I have multiple of one artist, I'm going to do theirs separately. And then for solo albums, I'm going to go by genre, so country, pop, rock, alternative. And my first one is my most beefiest collection, and that is Taylor Swift. For those of you who have seen my What I Got for Christmas video, you know that I got the TS1 debut album. I'm so excited about this because this vinyl, before she started doing her re-records, was almost impossible to find. I'm really excited that I have this vinyl now. The second vinyl that I have in this collection is her Fearless album, which is her second album that she's ever made. This album is so gorgeous, guys. It has pictures from her Fearless tour when she toured this and when she first put it out. The third vinyl that I have in her collection is Speak Now Taylor's version. I absolutely love this and I absolutely adore all the new Taylor's version from the Vault singles that are on here. So her fifth album is Red. I have Taylor's version and I also have stolen version recording of Red. So I think that both of these are in the black pressings, which is kind of strange because you would think for an album called Red they would be, you know, printed red. But this album is just gorgeous. It's also kind of the same, like it just has pictures of her from her Red tour. These next two I'm really proud of, but I not only have 1989 Taylor's version, but I also have 1989 stolen version. For this album, I just have it again in the black pressing, but for 1989 Taylor's version, I have it in the tangerine color, which is really pretty. I believe this was the Target exclusive that came with Sweeter Than Fiction. Looks like that. It's so pretty. I absolutely love this. The next album that I have from her collection is Reputation Taylor's version, and I am obsessed with this vinyl. It is just gorgeous. Like, look at the artwork for this. I also really like the cover slips because they look like newspapers and like news tabloids, which is so gorgeous. And this probably has to be one of my favorite pressings that I have, but it's the picture disc version. Like, look at that. It is gorgeous. The next vinyl in my Taylor collection is Lover. For this album, I have the pink pressings, which are just like absolutely gorgeous. It looks like cotton candy. So the second vinyl in this, because it's a 2-disc, this one has a blue pressing, which yet again is gorgeous. Okay, so the next album that I have in my Taylor Swift collection is Folklore. Something happened and I got two of the same exact discs, like the same exact records. So I only have like the same exact ones, select few songs. I don't have the whole album, which is kind of sad. The next album that I have is Evermore. I believe that this one's also a Target exclusive. Yeah, it's like this bright red. Oh no, who approved of that? If it was Taylor, I have a bone to pick with you. The last album that I have in my collection, my boyfriend got me when it first released, and it is Midnights. I love the art for this album, and I think that the concept of making a clock on the back is really cool when you collect all 4 editions of Midnights. But I also think it's a really skeezy way of saying like, oh, like, buy 4 of my records, they all have the same music on it, and they're not gonna have different images on the inside, but at least you'll make a clock. And you need to buy all the pieces separately to make the clock. This one's really pretty though. I believe I have the lavender version. I don't really think you can tell, but it has like marble detailing in it. So the next artist whose vinyls I'll have in their collection is Harry Styles. This is gorgeous. It's literally like the art for this. The second album that I have from Harry's collection is his Fine Line album. I think that the art for it is probably one of his best. It's so cool. It's just like so funky and unique, and I love the colors and the whole theme of the album. And the last album that I have from Harry's collection is his Harry's House album, which is just so adorable. So for this pressing, I have it in like this bright electric yellow color. Look at that. It's like almost transparent. Okay, so besides my Taylor and Harry collection, those are probably the two biggest ones that I have. So now I'm gonna move more into genre. I'm first gonna start with pop. First pop album that I have is Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia album. I think my favorite song off of here is Boys Will Be Boys. It's just so good. So this only has one record, and it's this like really bright electric blue color. It's so pretty. The second pop vinyl that I have, actually no, I don't even know if I would consider this pop. I feel like this is more of an alternative artist, but probably one of my favorites. It's Lana Del Rey. I got this as a gift for my birthday last year from my friend Sam, and I've just been spinning this on repeat. I have it in the Target exclusive red pressing, which is just so pretty, and there's like a little rose on the center of it. The next pop vinyl that I have is Olivia Rodrigo's Sour album. This one is probably one of my favorite pressings of any album that I have, but it's like this electric pink, and it's transparent. It's so pretty. The last pop vinyl that I have is Ed Sheeran's Divide album. I never liked Ed Sheeran until I got this album and I started listening to him, and I definitely think that this is probably one of his best albums. He has so many good songs on here. Okay, so the next 4 albums I'm going to show you guys are all country albums. First 2 are from the artist Morgan Wallen. The first album that I have is his Dangerous the Double album, and this has a wildly large amount of songs on here. For this album, it came in like this translucent white kind of gray pressing. For his second album, this is the One Thing at a Time. Instead of a translucent white for this album pressing, it is a like completely like white cream color. The next country album that I have is one that I actually have not opened, but it is Run Rose Run by Dolly Parton. Let's see if the pressing is anything. Oh, this is pretty. It's like this deep rose color. Oh, that's so cute. So the last album of my country collection is Tyler Childers' Purgatory album. I'm not a fan of the art for this like cover slip, but just like a big thing of his face. This one is really cool though. I do like this pressing. It's like this electric orange color. This one is really neat. I love this a lot. Okay, so for this next genre of albums, it's a lot of older artists mixed with some new ones. So this is the second album that I've ever bought, but it is Fleetwood Mac's Rumors album. I love the art. It's just like so gorgeous. You got all the lyrics and a picture of them in the middle. I have this just in a plain black pressing, nothing special or crazy. The next album that I have is another one of my favorites in my collection, and it is the Beatles' Rubber Soul album. I was gifted this album for Christmas one year by my dad, and he found it from like a really old vintage record store. Like literally, look at the cover. It came in this, like that's so cool and vintage. The next album in my collection is Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll album, and I am obsessed with Joan Jett. She's probably one of my favorite like rock and roll artists. It's just in a plain black pressing, and then there's just a picture of her and the Black Hearts on the back. The next 2 albums were ones that I bought when I was in my Billy Joel phase, but I have Billy Joel's Piano Man, and I also have Billy Joel's The Stranger album. They're not booklets, it's just like thin paper. Just basic, nothing special. The next 2 are ones that my brother got me for Christmas a couple of years ago. Michael Jackson's Thriller album, which is really cool. It's not even in like a case like this, and then the actual vinyl itself, the pressing is really gorgeous. Like look at that. Moving on to soundtracks, I have 3 different soundtracks in my collection, and I'm really proud of these. So the first soundtrack in my collection, I have the Stranger Things music from, I believe it was like seasons 1 or 2. I'm not really sure. There is a bunch of like 70s, 80s songs on here. They have Girls on Film by Duran Duran, Africa by Toto, Whip It by Devo, Runaway by Bon Jovi, like just a bunch of really good songs and popular songs. So the next soundtrack that I have in my collection is my favorite, and I absolutely love this movie, but it is How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Besides this just being a soundtrack of all the songs from the movie, the pressing, it's so pretty. It's a Grinch green, like come on. That is gorgeous. This one is literally so shiny. It's like super transparent. And the last soundtrack that is in my collection is the Ratatouille soundtrack. The art for this vinyl is like just, beautiful. Like it's beautiful. Like look at that. And then there's linguine on the back. The whole premise of the record is to look like a plate with food splattered all over it. So it is a plate with paint splatters all over it. Tell me that that is not gorgeous. You have like the little rats playing the music. This one has a different little guy playing an instrument, but look how pretty that is. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is it for today's video. If you guys have any of these vinyls or any recommendations for vinyls that you like or even new music, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!